Emily used to wear a white ribbon around her throat and talk in breaths and murmurs, being nice as she was in a way so as you didn't know if she were a slut or just real down to earth. And from the start I was dying to find out, but I thought I had a girlfriend, and I was shy. We were 18. We met at school. She worried about money, and I smoked $7 worth of cigarettes every day. She said she liked my sweater, said that's what she had noticed first, why she had wanted to talk to me. A gray cardigan, wool 3 buttons from the Gap. She called it an old sad bastard sweater, which was fine. She liked Modest Mouse, and she played Night on the Sun for me. She had me read 2 plays by Edward Albee. I thought Albee was a kinky fucker, and I wondered about her. Her eyes, green, were bright, merciful, sometimes given to melancholy, not entirely guileless. And I'd listened to her tell me about the abandoned factories and the cemetery where she'd grown up, the places where she'd skinned her knees, and her voice took me over. This is how you find the one to break your heart. In those days, I didn't know anything. I was going through a blotters phase, and Madison Kowalski thought I was a bitch. I did it to myself, but she was still a cunt for it since she was supposed to be my girl, and she gave head to Mark Fuller in the Woodmere Olive Garden parking lot. It fucked me up when I found out, but I forgave her. "Because I love you," I said. "I love you as well," she said. Mark Fuller was good at lacrosse, that's what he was known for, and he had hair highlights. Maybe I should have had hair highlights too, but I didn't. And there were other girls who wanted to be with Mark Fuller so he could afford to force Madison Kowalski's head down on his dick till she choked on it. That's why she said to me, "I appreciate that you don't force my head down." And it fucked me up when I thought about it, but I thought about it anyway. I often fucked myself up thinking, like how I used to think you were always supposed to be in love with the girl. I'd got a lot of bad advice. It was 2003. All indications were that things were coming to an end. Madison had gone out of town for school, gone to New Jersey to Rutgers. I didn't know why she had chosen the school she had. I didn't follow schools, but she was smart, or she had got good grades anyway. With me, it was different. I stayed on in the suburbs east of Cleveland, Ohio, where I had lived since I was 10. I was attending one of the local universities, the one with the Jesuits and a lot of kids who were fucks, a good school. I shouldn't have been there. Just my folks had enough money so that it was expected. It wasn't like we were especially fancy people or I was a legacy or whatever you're guessing at. More like with them it was one of those vicarious sorts of things that can set a kid up for failure, how they were saying they'd have liked to have gone to college and fucked around reading about Sir Francis Bacon and all that shit, so why wasn't I happy? I didn't know. All I'd figured was the world was wrong, and I was in it. So I went to school because people'd said go to school, which was a mistake. Still, you don't ever get to choose. I sold drugs, but it wasn't like I was bad or anything. I wasn't bothering anybody. I didn't even eat meat. I had a job at the shoe store, another mistake I made. No interest whatsoever in shoes. I was marked for failure, but allow that I had tried. I went to work most days in the afternoons when I could have been doing better things, such as anything. We are talking $6 an hour. I had a well-cultivated sense of shame, what kept me going. Didn't ever call in sick. I went to classes in the morning, sometimes missed classes. It was my shame again. My shame would keep me out of classes sometimes. I didn't ever miss English, though. Emily was in my English class. The class was shit, but I always went because Emily'd be there, and we'd sit next to one another. That's how we first got to talking.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.